Dobrodošli and welcome. Today I'm excited to share with you 5 reasons why we choose Bosnia over Argentina to live in and to raise our little family today. I'm Denise from Argentina and my husband is Jovan from Banja Luka, Bosnia. We met while traveling around the world for Emirates Airlines and we decided to settle down in Banja Luka right after the pandemic. Well, or during. We now have a daughter who is 1.5 years, and the reasons I'm going to share with you are pretty much based on her and her well-being and why we think it's the best place for her today. Through our content, we like to share information about Bosnia and the Balkans in general. So if either you are going to travel here or you are thinking about moving here, I hope the information we share is helpful. I know there's not a lot of good information about the country online, so this is why we decided to start creating content to help others. So if you find this video helpful and useful, please, it would be very helpful if you can subscribe and like it and stick around the channel because there may be other videos that might interest you. Let's get into the 5 reasons why we choose Bosnia over Argentina. Now, there's a disclaimer. It's very important to bear in mind that this is based in our experience and of course our opinions, and everything I'm going to share is very subjective. Okay, the reason number 1 is safety. This has always been at the top of our list even before having a baby. And despite whatever you may have heard of this country, Bosnia Herzegovina, I can assure you it's one of the safest places on earth today, even though its past may tell you otherwise. Bear in mind that we have traveled to about 80 countries and we had the chance to visit different cities and kind of get a sense of what life is like there. We would have to take precautions sometimes, and I can say that here I barely take any precautions at all, like I would in my beautiful dear country. Now, Argentina is in South America, and we all know that South America is kind of famous for being unsafe, has that reputation, unfortunately. But where I'm from in Cordoba, I am not from a city. My family lives in a valley and it's really not that unsafe. You do get your usual thieves breaking into a weekend house and stealing some valuables, but it doesn't get worse than that. Although, if you are robbed face to face on the street, I think people wouldn't be surprised. It's very sad to say that I'm saying it so normally, but it can happen. And it does happen a lot in big cities. It's really sad because my country is beautiful and it has so many amazing things, but this is one of the terrible things and people kind of got used to that. And that is something I don't want to get used to. And I really don't have to think about that here in Bosnia. This feeling has never been in my body. I've never felt unsafe here. I can walk at night as a woman. I can be on my phone freely anywhere, anytime. I can leave the phone on the table if I'm having a coffee. I can go to the park with my daughter and I don't have to look around. I don't have to look behind me. This is priceless for me. I mean, I'm not encouraging anyone to be careless and just come, and you do have to have your precautions, but I don't have the feeling I had in other places. And I know that's something that the media or the internet is not going to tell you. Of course, you will come across videos of picking in Sarajevo, a big city, and I think that's normal in every big touristic city. Number 2, geography. Now, let me tell you, friends, after traveling for so long, I did not imagine myself going all the way to Argentina, which is like the farthest country in the world. I must encourage you to take a look at Bosnia's location on the map. It's sweetly strategically located. It's in Europe, but not in the expensive Europe. Banja Luka, where we live, is like 3 or 4 hours from the Adriatic Sea, so we can be at the beach within 3-4 hours. In Argentina, I would have to drive like 15 hours or more to get to the beach, or take a flight and then drive again to get to the beach. And it's the Atlantic Ocean, which is freezing and it's not as nice as, Croatia. Airport connections are not bad at all here. So we have 3 big airports and they can kind of connect you everywhere. Then you have other airports nearby like Zagreb or Belgrade, where you have more international flights. For example, this winter we escaped to Spain. There's a direct flight from Zagreb, Malaga. It was great. and then we came back from Canary Islands via Vienna same day. Like, it was perfect. A ticket from Argentina to anywhere is minimum 1,000 euros. Unless you want to do like 10 stopovers and take forever, then of course it's cheaper. Now, when it comes to driving, it's perfect for road trips. The scenery is just gorgeous. I annoy the hell out of my husband every weekend to go somewhere because you can just drive for like an hour or two and then you're in somewhere different and it's beautiful. Something that drives me crazy, and I can't believe it, is that here we are in Banja Luka and it's so different from Sarajevo, but it's like in the same country. Like, it's so diverse when it comes to food, to cultures. Like, you don't feel like you're in the same country because there's just so much diversity. So I do feel like I'm traveling. So yeah, my husband used to get very annoyed because I would tell him, let's just go somewhere. But to be honest, he discovered his own country thanks to me. De nada, mi amor. Yes, some roads are rustic. You do have some highway, but that's all part of the excitement. If I want to travel around Argentina, I mean, I hope you've seen the size of this country. Driving is a must, and driving for over 5 hours is a must. You can take buses overnight, sure, but that's also like 10 hours, 15 hours, and low-cost airlines are not a thing, so it's very expensive to travel by airplane. We will be going very soon to Argentina, and it's super exciting because it's our daughter's first time there. We're going to do a lot of traveling, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. We'll be happy to create some content for you. Number 3, I would say family quality life, or I would say quality life in general. And every time I tell locals about this, about the quality life being better here than back home, they cannot believe it. I think locals here don't know how fortunate they are. You always think the grass is greener on the other side, don't you? So let's discuss family related things. Although Argentina is way more inclusive than Bosnia and the Balkans in general in so many things, I have to say that when it comes to kids, babies, family, I feel like their culture is based on family and they cherish it so much. It's not that we don't, but I think here it goes to another level. I think that kids and babies, they are cherished in such a way that I've never seen before. And maybe I didn't see it until I became a mother. People are very sweet in the streets. When we go out with our daughter, they're always giving her money. Not strangers, but like family members or friends. They're always giving her money, gifts, asking about her. We really enjoy going to these coffee bars that have a playground inside. I'm planning to make a video about this. So it's really nice to have a coffee. There's a nanny, there's other kids, and I love how you kind of can do that. I don't know if there's such a thing in Argentina. If there is, please tell me. Of course, you have to pay for the nanny and for the coffee. I think this playground thing is like 2 euros per hour plus your coffee, but I'll pay it any day, trust me. I have to say there could be some improvements. Some restaurants don't have like the high chair or changing tables. Don't get me started on the smoking indoors. Smoking indoors is still allowed here in Bosnia. So that's not very, baby friendly. The other stuff, I would say it is. More than in Argentina. I remember when I went to Argentina we went out for lunch with my sister once, and we were trying to take a taxi with my sister, and my niece was a baby at the time, and no one wanted to take us because we were with a baby and they couldn't be bothered to put the stroller in the trunk, and they're just not friendly or accommodating as they are here. I feel like when you're with a kid, that's it. Mothers and kids first, and I love that. Also, the city where we live has events all the time for families and kids, and for free. You always have something going on, and this is something that the mayor said, that it's a family-oriented city. So he renovated so many parks, outdoor areas. I feel like they do a lot for kids. I'm going to take a closer look when we go to Argentina, and I'll try to do a better comparison because I want to see what it's like now that we're going with a baby. So yeah, quality of life in general. I like also that we have access to products or services that in Argentina we wouldn't have. Not only because Argentina is way farther, but also because of political issues in my country. So you can't buy things online, or there's this whole currency situation going on, so you can't pay something for the actual price it is. And I feel that because we are close to Western Europe, we kind of have access to these things. That makes my life more comfortable. I don't think it would be the case in Argentina. Also, and this will sound crazy, and I can't believe I say it normally, but there is shortage of utilities sometimes in Argentina. Maybe I'm speaking with my parents and they said, oh yeah, they cut off the water again. They don't have water for like the whole day. This could be because they live in a very touristic area and then it gets packed with tourists, and the municipality decides to cut off the water for like 12 hours, which sounds insane to me, and this would not happen here. Sometimes in Argentina, if it's summer and there's like a heat wave, they cut off the electricity because something broke. This is insane. But here, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It does happen sometimes for like a couple of hours because they have to do maintenance, but they let people know on their official website. Or there's like, yeah, on even the city website, like you can see the schedule cutoff and you can organize your life accordingly. So this, I tell my husband this and he's like, whoa, how long are we going there for? A little break because someone woke up, but I think they want to tell us something.
Subscribe, guys.
Where were we? Let's do number 4, nature. The country is pure nature. Mountains, waterfalls, rivers, greenery everywhere. This probably should have been number 2, but it's not in order at all. We spent 10 years in Dubai. Sand, heat, skyscrapers. When the thought of moving here came up, this is something that kind of got me like sold. Argentina has a lot of nature. You've probably seen it and it's beautiful. However, unfortunately, climate change is taking a huge toll on the southern hemisphere. Like Mother Nature is so pissed. We can see it more and more. The storms there are crazy. They're not like before. The water and the rivers are really dry. There's really not water, and there's a drought constantly. Where my parents live, it's a beautiful valley. I remember when I was a kid, we used to go there on holidays, and now my parents live there, and comparing to what it used to be, it's not. Then if we want to go to other natural places, again, the traveling comes in and everything is so far from each other. Here, we just have to go out, we do a few steps, and everything around is nature. And it's like diverse nature too, because where we live here in the north, it's really green. And then the more you drive south, towards like Montenegro and the south of Croatia, it's like a more rocky kind. But water is, Bosnia means water. There's water everywhere. The rivers are incredible for rafting. It's like fresh, pure water. One of my favorite places here is my husband's Selo, the village, about an hour and a half from here. I love going there. It's one of the most virgin, purest, untouched beauties, nature that I've ever seen. I really like going there to disconnect and really breathe fresh air. And the thought of my daughter growing surrounded by nature and being able to be around animals, being able to be outdoors and having access to fresh organic products, this is something that I don't think I would have the chance to have back home in Argentina. Back home. I can't say back home. I love to look around, and wherever I look, there is nature. The one thing that breaks my heart here is that people are not aware of the gold mine that they have, and there's not a lot of sense of taking care of the environment here. I can see a lot of littering and of course the smoking. Like, people don't know how to take care of nature. So I think in that case it's a bit behind, and hopefully this will change soon. Also, there are a lot of foreign companies and local companies make a mess. Factories and industries and foreign companies that come do their mess here to provide services for their country, but of course they don't do it there because they know how harmful it is. So that really breaks my heart. I hope in the future this will change. That's another topic, another video. So yeah, I don't think in Argentina, although we have a lot of beautiful nature, I don't think I would have the chance to live really immersed in nature every day. It really changes your mindset and your lifestyle. Number 5, this may sound a little bit strange. It's not like I'm comparing my people and people here, but hear me out. I want to say social interaction or society in general. Right now, my country is, well, right now, and since I have memory, it's going through a crisis. We've changed presidents and it's going through a huge change, and you can see the impact on people. Very tense, angry. I feel like interaction is just off or weird. Perhaps because I don't speak the language very well here, so I don't interact with a lot of people here in Bosnia that are locals. I know that they may be negative sometimes, but what I like here is that yes, they struggle, there's a crisis always, we're always suffering, but let's go for kafa. I don't have money, but let's go and have rastilla, let's get smashed with beer, let's have rakia. Like, people are negative or suffering, but whatever. There's always a good excuse to just have a party, enjoy, get wasted. I think in Argentina, even when you do that, like we have asado, we have barbecue, but at the table we're going to complain that we are having asado and we spend so much money and just, life is so hard and it's suffering. I think there are struggles everywhere, different types of struggles, but I like that here still people are just like, what are we gonna do about it? This may be a very controversial point. Right now, I like the vibe here. We're gonna go to Argentina very soon and let's see what it's like. We're gonna stay there for some time because I want to see what it's like to live there for a few months at least. I feel also that we have the chance to meet other expats and other people who've kind of had the same life as we did. Like my husband and I, we both moved abroad. We didn't live in our home country for our entire lives. So we sometimes have different opinions, different perspectives. And I feel like here I would have more of a chance to meet people and for our daughter to meet kids with the same background. And I love that because for me, staying in one place and meeting the same people who think the same thing and you don't get a chance to see other points of view, I don't think your mind grows like that. It's my personal opinion. You do get a chance to meet international couples or people who lived abroad and came back. So I like that our daughter is exposed to that. Whereas in Argentina, it's not impossible, but it's not as often that would happen. Today, I like that our family is here, and that is a big factor. Let's see when our daughter starts going to school, and then education will come in the picture. And I do have a few thoughts about that, about education here in Bosnia compared to education in Argentina. But again, that's another video, another topic. I think that's all from my side. It might be a very extensive video with a lot of opinions, thoughts. I do hope that they help in any way. I do hope that you get the best of my intentions. If you have any comments, any questions or opinions, agree, disagree, maybe tell us your perspective, and it will be super helpful for the rest of this community to learn. Please let us know. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you in Bosnia very soon, or Argentina.